Hi loves, this is me, iknowlee, and I'm going to be one of the co-hosts or bloggers for the Curls of Joy Know Your Hair, Love Your Hair Challenge. So, my topic is going to be styling methods and tools. And first, I'm just going to discuss detangling. So how and when should you detangle? You should only detangle when your hair is wet. And I would use some type of product such as a conditioner or a leave-in conditioner with a lot of slip. And slip just means that it makes your hair easy to glide or comb through. So when the product goes on, it's almost slippery on the strands of your hair, so that when you're combing or detangling, it's easier to get through the kinks. Also, when you detangle, you should always start from the ends of your hair and work your way up. Never start from the roots and try to comb all the way through. That will cause so much breakage on your hair. So you want to grab a section, hold it tightly, and start from the ends of your hair detangling, and then move your hair all the way up to the roots. And then I usually detangle about once a week. Every time that I wash and I condition my hair, I go ahead and detangle with that conditioner on my hair. And I find that the best way because I have clean hair and I'm using some type of conditioner that has that slip to it, so the detangling process is easier. Now, for styling tools that kind of go into detangling, I use a wide tooth comb and a dimming brush. Now, there are many styling tools out there. You got dimming brushes, combs, paddle brushes, tangle teasers, so forth and so on. I find that the best one are wide tooth combs, and you can either use one that's like this, and this one kind of guides in and out. And this is actually really nice on your hair, and you always want to use teeth that are pretty spread apart. The closer the teeth are, the harsher it's going to be on the strands of your hair, which can also cause breakage. Or you can just go back to the normal old wide tooth comb that looks like this. But once again, the teeth in this comb are wide, and that is what really matters. So you can go with the dimming brushes, and these brushes are actually really good. And the thing that stands apart from a dimming brush is that the bristles are actually plastic instead of metal, which is less harsh on your hair. And then if you notice, the bristles do not have that little rubber piece on the end, because what can happen is that rubber piece can get caught in your hair and actually pull it out. Now, another alternative to the dimming brush, which is a cheaper alternative, and it is from Conair, and the bristles look almost identical, except for in this brush they give you more bristles. But what's cool about this brush is you can actually slide it out in the back, and then you can open it up and take the bristles out. So if you feel that this brush maybe has too many bristles, you can pull them out and then just slide the comb back into place. Okay, now we're going to address the issue of protective styling. I do want to say that contrary to a lot of the things that are seen on YouTube, you absolutely do not have to protective style. I only did 3 protective styles throughout my natural hair journey, and it's been almost 2 years. And when I did do them, I only wore them for about a week, and I still retain length. I still have healthy, flowy, bouncy hair. So protective styling basically depends on the person. Now, protective styling is extremely low maintenance and it's easy. So it's good for those people who maybe don't have the time to put into their hair. But keep in mind, even though you protective style, you still have to moisturize your hair, and you still have to make sure that it is properly taken care of by wrapping it up at night or sleeping on a satin pillowcase or a silk pillowcase. So now you have dry styling versus wet styling. And you have its pros and cons with both. If you wet style, you're going to have to detangle, and you're also going to have to wait for that style to dry in your hair, whether it be a twist out, a braid out, a twist and curl, a bantu knot out, whatever the case may be. You still have that drying time that you have to deal with. And usually when you wet style, you get 10 times more curl definition than when you dry style. Now the benefit of dry styling is that your hair is dry, so you don't have to worry about that wait time for it to dry. And with dry styling, you get more stretched out hair, and so if you style your hair dry, it appears more true to its length. Also, with dry styling, you're going to get less curl patterns. So instead of a curl that you might get with the twist out, you're going to get more of a wave pattern depending on the texture of your hair. So dry styling and wet styling both have their pros and cons, and I think that they are both beneficial for your hair. For instance, when I wash my hair, I start off with wet styling, but throughout the week I dry style for the rest of the week until I wash my hair again. Now, heat. Is it really that bad? Now, that question is a little tricky because heat on your hair really depends on the person, because there are people's hair that can take being flat ironed every 2 weeks and heat damage will not occur. And there's other people, they can get their hair flat iron maybe once or get heat applied once, and then the curl never reverts back to its original pattern. So it really just depends on your hair and your hair texture. If you're going to heat style your hair, I would first test a small patch of the hair. For instance, flat iron that hair or blow dry that hair out and see if it reverts back. Now, that's not going to say that because that patch worked that you're guaranteed excellent results. That's not the case, because your hair is different all over your head. I know as for me, I have about 3 or 4 different curl patterns all over my head. Now, if you do apply heat, I would recommend you using some type of heat protectant on your hair just in case, because you do not really want to have to deal with heat damage, because it's going to leave parts of your hair straight, and it's almost going to look like you still have relaxed ends on your hair because of the heat damage. So I would recommend being very, very careful with heat. And if you do use heat styling, I would try to keep it on low heat setting. Now, for anybody that gets bored with their hair or wants to spice up their hair, of course you always have accessories. You have headbands, you have flower clips, you have scarves, and you have hats. And hats do look good on big natural hair. So my favorite hair accessory is, of course, a scarf, and I like it because it's dual purpose. I can wear the scarf on my neck, I can take it off, and then I can put it on my head. So some scarves they have that are already created like this, that basically look like headbands, but they're scarf material. And these are really handy because you don't have to worry about tying them or making them look neat. You just put them on your head and adjust them to your liking, and these work very, very well. Or you could just use a normal scarf, and now this scarf I could tie it around my neck, or I could wrap it around my head and it works. Now, if you're gonna use a scarf on your head, I would recommend not using cotton, because cotton is going to actually suck all of the moisture out of your head, and you don't want that. So try to use another material outside of cotton. So loves, I think I have addressed all of the issues for my segment in the Curls of Joy Know Your Hair, Love Your Hair Challenge. If you have any questions, then please feel free to put them below, and I will try to get back to you guys as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and I really hope that you're enjoying this challenge. Bye.